Studenoff has the third goal for Nona. And it's once again another set piece and another goal for Nona. They are loving life against Brevard today. 3-0. Murray Hawkins asking what is going on at the back for Brevard. Nona won't complain at the slightest, though. 3 goals up. Studenoff has his second goal of the season, scored the first against Florida Elite. Now has the third for Nona. As Brevard kick off for the 4th time this game already. As that ball is given away to Agakwa now. Nona want a 4th immediately. Kraus! They have the 4th. 4-0 Nona. And they are running riot. No mercy against Brevard. So early on. 4 goals to the good. Brevard needing a little team talk in the midfield before they kick off again. But Nona in dreamland so far. Kraus gets off for the season. First goal. And now Nona's strikers prolific. So clinical to start this one. Nona, exactly the start they would have dreamt for. Here's Lamb at the back. So the score, not really an issue anymore for Nona. Apologies if there were audio issues. I think we should be back now. If you're just tuning in, Nona, 4 goals to the good. That scoreboard is not wrong. Alan Dre from the spot. Slade Starnes from the corner. And then both of Nona's strikers, Studenoff and Kraus, getting and making up the 4 goals. Here is Richie Thompson. Slade Starnes, Alan Dre. And it is offside for Nona. As Brevard will restart play from the back. Like I said, Brevard started off quickly with corner kicks and looking threatening, but once they gave away that foul in the box, it has gone downhill, to say the least. As that's a convincing header from Lamb there. Studenoff lays it off for Agakwa. Just beyond Kraus, just beyond Alves as well. Etienne. Mensah will be able to go back safely to Lamb. Dre dropping more defensively as Nona look to keep more of the ball in this first half. Slade Starnes. Back to the captain. Back to the man who kicked things off for Nona scoring-wise. As I said, everything positive goes through him. He'll drift into positions. Anywhere he needs to be, he'll be there. Here is Eddie Mensah. Oh, that's beautiful from Alves. Lays it off for Agakwa. And then Studenoff, and then Kraus looking to get in the box. It's so congested in there. Kraus ends up getting it over to Agakwa, puts the ball in. There was just no one there really to receive that cross. Ramos over on that far side, lays it off for Thompson. Got an assist last game. Put the ball in. That Studenoff headed home against Florida Elite. Don't be surprised if we see more of that crossing ability from Thompson, as well as Mensah, who lays it off for Alves, who definitely gets fouled there by Zach Ford. just continued harassing Alves. The referee will have a word. That'll be the last thing Zach Ford wants, is a booking on top of a 4-goal deficit. Of course, that is just frustration at that point. Slade Starnes over to Thompson. Allen looks for Agakwa in space. He's also been able to get forward. Studenoff looking to avoid the referee. Studenoff gets fouled again, surely at the edge of the box. The referee thought that was a little theatrical from Studenoff. There was definitely contact made. The referee not buying it. Here's Richie on that far side. Dre out wide for Ramos. Back to Dre. Puts a beautiful ball in. It got intercepted by Eckhart in time. Here's Dre. Over to Ramos. Thompson. We'll go over the lineups in just one moment, as the mic was muted to start this one. So for Nona, just briefly in goal, Shane Wright making his first start across the back line. You've heard their names plenty of times so far this game. Thompson at right back, center backs Mason Lamb, Slade Starnes, left back Eddie Mensah. In the middle, Alan Dre, Ivan Agakwa. Out wide on the far side, Gabby Ramos. On this near flank, Paulo Alves. And up top, 2 goal scorers for Nona already, Kraus and Studenoff, who loses out there in the midfield to Kiyuchi. And then for Brevard, very quickly, 1 to 11, Murray Hawkins in goal. At the back, Ford, and then Eckhart, Larson, and Nicholas. And then in the midfield, Kiyuchi, Etienne. Out wide, Lamb, Frank, and Kozulap. And then up top, Bengo Echa. So those are the lineups. Just to be certain you guys got those. And then it'll be a free kick for Brevard on that far side, as there's already a substitution for Brevard. That is their number 20 coming on. Aiden Haig, to see whether he can make a positive impact. It's going to be a whipped in cross here from this free kick on that far side. It looks like he's right-footed. It looks like he doesn't have a lot of space out there with the barricades. Kozulap looks like, yep, it's more suited for a left footer, and Kozulap will take it. It is a high-driven ball. Mensah with the header away. Here is Nicholas, that was with the cross attempt. Here is Mensah. Allen doesn't want to get his pocket picked there. Doesn't. Quickly gets it over to Starnes, and then Thompson is on his way. Here is Ramos. Studenoff out wide. What can he conjure up here? Tries to lay it off for Ramos. Gets it to him. Kozulap already back there defending. Here's Agakwa. Dre has plenty of time to pick out Lamb. Here he is. Plenty of time. The tempo pretty slow so far. Here's Dre. Ramos will look for the ball in potentially, or back to Thompson. Takes a touch. Assesses his options. A low-driven ball. Looking for Studenoff, who got the final touch. Doesn't matter. Eventually a foul given. Studenoff on Eckhart. And so Murray Hawkins will restart play. As once again, Nona with an incredible, must be said, 4-goal advantage. That will be especially welcome as they drew their first 2 matches. For Brevard, looks like it's going from bad to worse. Lost their first match 1-0. Here is Kiyuchi, though. Can they get a goal back in this first half? The shot goes harmlessly over Shane Wright's bar. And it looks like the referee is calling for a water break here. Yes, he is. So, in the middle of this first half, a water break. 4-0 Nona. Yeah, you'll probably have to worry about that closer to the second half, so you're good for now. So Dave Jacobs once again just making sure Nona don't drop from their level. There's goalkeeper coach Chris Gutierrez also encouraging Shane Wright, Mark as well, Mark Torado. A little more on the starting goalkeeper tonight, Shane Wright. A local boy from Orlando, went to Trinity Prep High School. Heading into his second year at UCF. Played for Florida Crush, ECNL, All-American, and Player of the Year in the ECNL Florida Conference his junior season. So has a good pedigree in goal. Won the state championship with Trinity Prep his senior year and was Orlando Player of the Year. So once again, good reputation. Didn't see action for UCF his freshman year, but hopes to become more of an integral part for the Knights this coming season. And of course, their 2024 schedule got released today for the UCF men's soccer program. Of course, reached the heights of number 1. They were ranked 1 at one point in the nation. They'll be looking to grow on that. Anyway, we are ready to get things back underway in this first half. The temperatures have been very hot so far today in Orlando. Here in the beautiful Lake Nona community. So that water break more than necessary. As Wright goes to Lamb, and we are back underway here at Austin Tyndall, where the sun is still shining very brightly. Alan Dre over to Mensa. Lamb with a good sliced pass over to Thompson, who wastes no time getting it over to Ramos. Ball in. It took a deflection. It will be into the hands of Murray Hawkins. Sun should start setting around about the start of the second half. A little later, of course, as we approach summer. No chances taken by Lamb there as he clears it away. Throw in Brevard on that far side in their final third. Haven't really tested Shane Wright so far. Kiyuchi had that one chance, and then there was that early chance as well from the corner at the back post, but more or less a pretty chill afternoon so far for Wright, although Brevard will have another corner, this time from that far side. Can Brevard be a little more dangerous from this one? Ball in. goes all the way across. Did that hit Mensa? I don't believe it did. And yeah, it goes all the way across for a goal kick for Shane Wright. And we'll run it out of the back with Mason Lamb. Eddie Mensah has seen a lot of the ball. Thanhofer did well against Florida Elite. Of course, got the second goal that proved to be very valuable indeed for Nona as they got the draw. Him and Wright, the two changes from that game. He, of course, did start the first game, though, at Brook House. So looks like Dave Jacobs is still looking to see his preferred man at that left back position. Has a tough decision to make there. Here is Studenoft. Over to Thompson. Here is Mensah. In goal for Brevard, it is Noah Murray Hawkins. Tonight, started their first game as well against Florida Elite. Here is Alan Dre. Great touch. That was fizzed in at him by Alves. Just ran into trouble. Eckhart was in the way. Here is Slade Starnes confidently from the back. Agakwa. All the way back to Shane Wright, giving him some love back there. Lamb. Back to Agakwa. And you see there's no pressure on the ball from Brevard. Very much looking to damage limitation now that 4 goals have gone in so early. Here's Thompson. Agakwa. Mensah looking to create some space on this near side. Dre decides to go inside, though. Here's Slade Starnes up from the back. That ball into the box. Studenoff looks to bring it down. Back into the corner there. Ramos is the close option. Studenoff just runs out of space. Throw in Brevard. Here's Nicholas for Brevard, looking to clear it. Starnes just fends off Bengoechea. Hasn't really had much of a sight at goal up top there with Kiyuchi as well, trying to create something for Brevard. But Bengoechea, that number 9, very much up top and leading the line for them, or at least trying to. Ford will head that one back. Throw in on this near side. Paulo Alves will take it quickly. Dre looking for that ball towards Kraus. Headed away. Starnes is there to pick up possession for Nona once again. Thompson. Ramos lets it run across his body. That was a very clever play. Gunnar Studenoff takes the touch in the box. Gets crowded out eventually, though. Lays it off. Here's Thompson. Still with it. Mensah. On this near side. Can Kraus pick it up? Yes, he can. He's onside. Kraus out wide. Mensah as well. Nona trying to get out of that tight space. And that did hit Alves on the way out. All of a sudden, Studenoff was in the box. Just took a little too much time. Couldn't get his shot off. Mensah doesn't want to give a foul away. Does that. As here's Kiyuchi. Eckhart. At the back for Brevard. He's probably seen the ball most times for them so far this game. Murray Hawkins had Studenoff chasing him down there. Bengoechea. Referee calls a foul against Slade Starnes. It's taken very quickly by Brevard, trying to catch Nona off guard. There's Haig, whose ball got intercepted. And Nona can release some of that pressure with Ramos, who comes all the way across the pitch. Here's a Gakwa. Over to Lamb. Mensa. On this near side, playing a little 1-2 with Dre. Switch of play over to Slade Starts. Here's Alves. And Nona comfortably keeping possession now, knocking it around very confidently. The ball from Dre, it's ambitious, but it did reach Kraus in the end there. Thompson looks to feed it back in. Got intercepted by Nicholas. And now here come Brevard. Angelo Lem looking to bring them out. But eventually, Nona get the ball right back, and Kraus gets out of that 2v1 situation. Setting off looking for the through ball. Kraus continuing on into the box. There's little to no space, but Kraus gets the ball in. Eckhart gets not one, but two chances to clear it. It was high, not very far. Dre contesting for it against Robert Frank. And it was a free kick against Lem in the end. Just a little too forceful against the Nona strikers. Agakwa thought of taking it quickly. As we are approaching the end of this first half, it started incredibly well for the Longhorns. Brevard not able to get a clean side goal. There's Agakwa with the free kick. Says to go safely back for Lamb. Starnes will be very happy with his first goal of the season. It was similar to Thanhofer's, actually, against Florida Lee, in the fact that it was at the back post from a corner. Here is Lamb. Dre leaves it and runs all the way across for Thompson. Gabi Ramos on that far side. Well, actually, it looks like Ramos and Alves switched. What a ball there from from Alan Dre, finding Mensa. As the ball will be driven in, the shot comes in. It was a dangerous one. As Murray Hawkins will once again have a goal kick. Yeah, brightness is good. Richie Thompson finds Lamb over to Eddie Mensa. Agakwa in the midfield. Goes over to his captain, Dre. Alves giving the 1-2. That's beautiful play on that far side. A little collision there from between Eckhart and Kraus. It was off the ball. And the referee, I believe, gave a free kick for Nona. Kraus visibly upset with that. Completely off the ball. Good thing the referee caught it. Or actually, it will be a throw-in for Nona. The ball did end up going out of play on that far side as we enter the 44th minute of this one. Studenoff takes it down on the chest, has two on him. Ends up keeping possession. Agakwa finding Ramos, Studenoff. Again, Nona just have numbers back, and once Brevard think they can get out, Nona have numbers and get the ball right back. Referee says Ford got the ball in that challenge. Bengocha chasing Lamb. Brevard throw in. Once again on this near side. Aiden Haig will be over to take it. The first half substitution. We're into stoppage time at the end of this first half. Here's Bengocha. Gets run out of space by Agakwa, who was back there, and Wright will have a goal kick. So the referee looks at his watch. Looks like he'll add on a couple of minutes at the end of this first half, which has seen Nona jump into a very comfortable, healthy 4-goal advantage. Dre. Repeat that. Here's Thompson. And yep, the referee added on 2 minutes of stoppage time. Studenoff. The through ball from Thompson. Got there in the end here. Studenoff gets fouled on right on the edge of the box on that far side. He has been through it this first half. But Nona maybe have one more chance. A 5th goal would be the icing on this one. Looks like Dre in conversation with Alves. Referee just making sure the wall is properly set up then. So, will it be Alves or will it be Dre? Dre puts the hand up. He will feed it into the box. Looked for that hot cross into the middle. Looking to cause chaos, just a little over hit. And it looks like after this goal kick, the referee will call for the halftime break. Murray Hawkins then, with the eventual goal kick. All the way up, looking for Bengocha. Mensah gets the touch on it. Thompson heads back safely to right. Lamb over to Starnes. Thompson. Dre in loads of space, which has been a theme in this first half. Not much pressure being applied, not much risk being taken by Brevard. Came out a little unorganized, got punished by the Longhorns for it. Here's Alves. Tricky player, Thompson just not on the same page. Ends up going out of play. And the referee will signal for halftime. Nona very satisfied with 4 goals in that first half, coming via Dre, Studenoff, Kraus, and Slade Starnes from the back from a corner. So then, Nona, 4 goals up against Brevard. Halftime here at Austin Tyndall. We will be back in around 15 minutes. Referees just getting everything set then for the second half. Nona with a 4-goal lead heading into the second half against Brevard, who came out the blocks quickly. But one penalty kick changed everything in this one. Alan Dre putting it in the back of the net very early on. Just the 4th minute. And Nona grew from that, scored 3 more. Let's see how this second half will shape up. One change at the break. Gabby Ramos is off, and number 17, Hugo Lorenzo, right there on the center circle, is on. Looks like he'll play on this near side on the right flank for Nona. And we are all ready to go. Kraus with the kickoff. And the second half is underway then. We are back at Austin Tyndall. Second 45, will Nona add to their goal tally? That will definitely help their goal difference. Or can Brevard, as I said, damage limitation a little bit, keep it at 4? We shall wait and see. Richie Thompson. Looks like Brevard also made a change or two of their own. It is the number 6, Daniel Tranny, on this near side. Apart from that, looks like no more changes from Brevard. Here's Lorenzo. Hugo Lorenzo hands it over to Kraus. Alves, beautiful ball for Kraus, looking for that ball into the box potentially. It got ricocheted right back off of him. Alves. And eventually that intricate play there. Not a lot of space. Brevard playing Nona offside, so the first free kick of the second half. Murray Hawkins did not have a good time of it. In goal, seeing 4 into the back of the net. Originally from Northampton, England. Didn't play for Florida Tech last season. Did actually win the Under-19 Midland Premier League, which makes up levels 9 through 12 in the English football pyramid. So has some good experience. Transferred over from Eastern Florida, which a good few of these Brevard players recruited from the Eastern Florida Community College Titans. Anyway, Hugo Lorenzo looks for the layoff. Here is Kraus putting the ball in. Again, just no one there at the back post. Promising play again. Studenoff just not there in time. But Nona looked to pick right back up where they left off at the end of the first half. Oh, gotcha. And a foul called on the far side. Looks like that was... Actually, let's see who that is on the ground for Nona. Might have been Richie Thompson who got fouled, and it looks like the athletic trainer will have to come on. But another promising free kick opportunity for Nona. Looks like he is good to go. It was actually Studenoff. Right then, free kick for Nona. Alves is over it. Puts a dangerous ball in. It goes all the way through to Murray Hawkins, who takes his time looking for options as Brevard looked to play out of the back. Given away almost immediately. Hugo Lorenzo. Back to Starnes. Agakwa. Looking for the long direct ball towards Kraus. Wasn't really able to control it. Etienne with it. Straight to Alves. It's actually Angelo Lem who's on the ball now. Out wide for Brevard. Trani as Kiyuchi picks it up in an advanced area for Brevard. Thompson goes sliding in, didn't win the ball. Starnes very calmly is able to deal with the situation. Trani gets away with it for Brevard. Here's Kozulap with the ball in. Has to be dealt with. Dre is there. And then it's eventually cleared by Thompson for Nona as Kraus is on the run. Eric Hart safely back to his keeper. Here's Trani. Over to the far side. Looking for some space. Brevard looking to play a little more positively. I just also spotted the number 14 for Brevard is on, Jorgen Torres. Looks like he'll be leading the line now. Bengoicha off. The number 9 for Brevard just not able to find any promising chances. So Brevard changing it up top. Agakwa. Dre over to this near side with Paulo Alves. Here's Agakwa. Back to Lamb. Dre to Thompson. More controlled possession, just like how much of the second half was for Nona. Coach Dave Jacobs encouraging his players on, looking for that fifth. Here's Richie Thompson. Alan Dre. Alves goes back. Finds Shane Wright for his first touches of the second half. Not much to do in the first, as it looks like they are resetting the scoreboard on the pitch. And now the ball looking for Kraus from Hugo Lorenzo. Just overhit. So Murray Hawkins will have a goal kick then for Brevard. As it looks like it's more of the same. The run of play not changing. Nona still very dominant. Brevard not able to conjure up many chances at all. Goal kick is taken. Mensa leaping for it. As Nona looked to play out of the back. Not quite though. Here's Trani for Brevard. Eckhart at the back. It was a loose ball all the way back there. Finds Murray Hawkins. Getting chased down there. It was a good touch by Kozulap. But then Torres not able to bring it down. Nona's turn. Alan Dre. Richie Thompson. Paulo Alves. Trani challenging him. Alves getting past one. How about past two into the box? It was All ball with the challenge there from Eric Hart. Slate Starnes safely back to Shane Wright. Lamb under pressure, goes back to his center back partner. Just like Dre and Agakwa have that solid midfield pairing, Starnes and Lamb for Nona. Great spine to this team. As a late challenge is called, and it looks like there will be a substitution. Agakwa is looking over to this near side. I don't think it will be him. Let's see if there is a change to be made. And it is actually Agakwa. Getting a handshake from his captain, from the referee. Another great performance in the midfield. But it's time for the change. So Agakwa off. And Jacob Restrepo is on in the midfield for Nona, the number 6, for his first appearance in this season. Let's see if he can control the midfield just like Agakwa did in that first half. Restrepo plays his collegiate soccer with Daytona State. Started 11 games for them, made 12 appearances, and picked up 4 assists. So potentially another option, hopefully, for the Longhorns. There he is, getting his first few touches on the ball. Mensa over to Lamb. There is Richie Thompson. Tricky feet over to Kraus, who had Eckhart on him. And Thompson knew that was going to be a foul, and it is the first booking of this one. Going the way of Brevard and going the way of Angelo Lem, number 18. And a free kick in a very promising position for Nona. Restrepo looks like he's going to be over it. Mason Lamb also. But no, for sure, it will be the substitute. Also for Nona, looks like Humphrey is on there also over this free kick. So then, Restrepo will have a strike at goal. The wall does its job. It was looking dangerous. Here's Thompson over to Dre. Thompson, who got fouled there. Restrepo, if he could have gotten it over the wall, there would have been questions asked of Murray Hawkins. Not quite, though. Here's Eddie Mensah. Stunning off on that far side. Has a bunch of Brevard defenders. Looks like he will make his way into the box. Will he be able to keep the ball? It falls for Lorenzo, and the referee calls a foul. Stunning off, asking what he really wanted him to do there. Brevard restart plays. Eckhart back to Murray Hawkins. Oh, and that's a miss kick. Dre was just too far. A potential mistake there, leading to maybe another goal for Nona. Little lapse in concentration on Brevard's side. But now, here comes Kiuchi with the chance. Instead of falling to Torres, it fell to Shane Wright in goal. And here's Restrepo. We're going to carry it forward for Nona. Lamb Again, Brevard not really applying much pressure. Clarence also on for Nona FC. So it's a new look midfield, really, with Restrepo and Loriot in there. Hugo Lorenzo came on, of course, at halftime. As we've played 15 in the second half, the score remains the same, 4-0 to the Nona FC Longhorns. As interception there, but Dre gets it right back off of Lemb. Ball recovery has been very efficient for Nona so far this game. There were moments in that first half where you thought Brevard can release some of that pressure. Not really, with all those numbers Nona have forward. And here's Studenoff looking for another opportunity. Restrepo has to go back to Dre. And then Thompson has options in the box. Looking for that through ball for Lorenzo. It's eventually cleared. How far is the question, though? Here's Lamb. Nona have the ball straight back. It looks like Loriot took the position of Slade Starnes at the back. Here is Humphrey on this near side. Looking to put the ball in. Thompson is an option. And that ball in, looking for Restrepo, actually got there. Here's Mensah. Alan Dre. Richie Thompson. Over to Clarence. A very commanding figure as well at the back. Restrepo covering for Lamb, who went further up the pitch and just couldn't keep the ball in play. So Brevard will have a throw in on that far side. And it will be a free kick now for Brevard. Studenoff just making sure it's not taken quickly. So the free kick over to this near side. Thompson looks to find Dre as Nona try to get out. And that definitely crossed the line. Yep. Throw in Nona. Loriot. Over to Mason Lamb. Restrepo. Once again, Nona, once they've reached that midfield area, having all the time in the world, it just gets very congested in the final third. To look for any options shooting-wise. But they keep plugging away at it. Mensah. Restrepo. Alan Dre gets it back to his midfield partner. Thompson over to Humphrey Doe. Nice flick back. Restrepo. Everyone getting a touch on the ball for Nona. Brevard can even get close. Kraus. They're going to take it on. Kraus. Oh, just looking to feed it into Doe. Not quite. Nona will come again. Thompson. It's had a much calmer game comparing to Florida Elite. Had much more to do. Restrepo looking for that. Ball fed into Studenoff. And then I believe called for offside. Referee having a talking to with Gunnar Studenoff. Looks like he's not appreciating the complaining coming from the Cayman Islands national. As Murray Hawkins will have himself yet another goal kick for Brevard, as Nona looked for a calm end to this one. It has been a calm second half. No real threat to their impressive 4-goal lead. Richie Thompson. Alan Dre in the midfield. Looking for that long switch of play towards Hugo Lorenzo. Gets past his man. It's actually Studenoff over on that far side. Restrepo. Going to switch it back towards his near side. A little too much to ask for. As it goes out of play, the ball just a bit elevated for Lorenzo, who is on this near side. The throw in, take in. It's again Dre. Incredible in that midfield. Doing so much work for the Longhorns. Here's Mason Lamb. We got Dre always asking for the ball. Knows he's in a load of space. Knows he can perhaps create something for Nona. Clarence does find him eventually. Thompson. Over to Humphrey. Gets it back. More of the same from the Longhorns. It's a really dominant display. Looks like Brevard is one of the weaker sides in this Southeast Division for this 2024 season. The 4 goals in the first half might be proving that to be true. Florida Elite, of course, only got one past them. Nona did not rest on their laurels, though. As the sun starts to set here in Lake Nona. Touched by Tranny. Dre in there again. Thompson keeping it in play. Here's Richie Thompson. I'm going to shield the ball. Humphrey gets it out of trouble, though. That was fed right to Kiuchi in the midfield. Another one of those Eastern Florida, as the camera settings just got much brighter there for you guys. Here's Allen. Restrepo over to Thompson. On this near side. Here's Thompson. Hugo Lorenzo has 2 defenders on him. Humphrey not able to keep it in play. So it'll be a throw in for Brevard to be taken by Kozolap. Lem looking to get out of a tight space there. That ball did not go out of play. Robert Frank has not seen much play at all for Brevard. He, of course, started this one, and it looks like Colin O'Mahony is getting ready for Nona. In conversation with Vincent Petrucelli, one of the assistant coaches to Dave Jacobs this season. There's Mensah with the ball in. Looking for Doe just over his head. Lorenzo looking to feed it back to Studenoff. Eventually cleared. Here is Restrepo. Dre finding Clarence. Lorio with tons of space and time on his hands. Lamb pushing forward. Kraus many times with his back to goal just because of the pressure being applied. That time by Daniel Larson at the back for Brevard. And it looks like it is substitution time, and it does look like Colin O'Mahony is going to come on for Nona. As two changes for Nona, if you saw that there. We'll confirm those right now. Coming on, Isaiah Hamidou and Colin O'Mahony. So we might see even more changes at the back. Here is Brevard, though, coming on the attack. The bench encouraging them forward. That was Torres, which the initial ball got to. Hamidou with already with a header out of danger. So if I'm not mistaken, it was Eddie Mensah off, Hamidou on. And then we'll see where O'Mahony is going to fit into all this. Here's Alan Dre. Mason Lamb. Working tirelessly in that midfield. Humphrey coming back. O'Mahony looks like he's on that far flank in a more attacking position. Thompson. Jacob Restrepo has done well since coming on. Dre spotted the run of O'Mahony. This is his first contribution, as it looks like Hugo Lorenzo came off. Yep, so those were the changes. Mensah and Lorenzo off. O'Mahony and Hamidou on for fresh legs for Nona on that far flank. Here's Richie Thompson. Clarence Lorio has also had a very chill time since coming on. At the back with Lamb, who's on the ball now. Dre loves to just get touches on the ball and reads the game so well. Kind of like a quarterback for Nona FC. Here's Hamidou. Restrepo. Richie Thompson coming in field. Kraus once again back towards goal. Richie Thompson maybe with a chance to strike it into the box. Here is Thompson. Just ran out of steam in the end. Here's Restrepo. Kraus back to Restrepo. Hasn't been a shot in a long time. Nona looked eager. Just not able to find the space as Kiyuchi goes down on the challenge from Hamidou. As the referee signals a throw-in for Nona. A lighter crowd at Austin Tyndall today, given the fact that we're coming off of Memorial Day weekend. It's a great atmosphere for the home opener, though. And at least this time, the crowd are getting treated to a brilliant Nona performance. What a touch by Humphrey there. Showing off the number 7 for Nona. Thompson. Humphrey Doe showing what he has in his locker. Here's Dre. Clarence. Here is Humphrey Doe finding space, running into the box. Humphrey! Eckhart got the final touch on that. It will be picked up. Does look like Lorenzo came back onto the pitch. Not sure if there was an injury worry there, but he's definitely back on. Here's Kraus. There is Mason Lamb. L'Oreal. Lorenzo looking for opportunity to bring that on. Not quite. It falls to Thompson. Drain a more defensive position as Torres left a little bit on Thompson on that last challenge. O'Mahony on that far side. Alandre in the midfield. Not for the first time. There is the Nona captain. Cleared away, not far. Restrepo gets the header on it. A little more on O'Mahony, who did not feature last home game. Originally from Cork, Ireland. Plays for Rollins. Got 1 assist in 16 appearances last season. Came against Spring Hill in a convincing 6-0 victory. That is cleared far by Brevard. Lamb fouls his man. Free kick for the visitors. As this one is winding down, you can definitely tell Nona have taken their foot off the gas the second half as the referee signals for the second half water break. Score remains at 4-0. Just more dominant play by the Longhorns. Question is, can Brevard maybe put one past Shane Wright? Really hasn't looked likely at all. Or can Nona add a fifth? That is the question. We'll be back in just a minute's time. So everyone just taking a little breather here at Austin Tyndall. We all kind of needed it after that non-stop action in this second half. The players will be coming back onto the pitch shortly. Very pleasant evening here at Austin Tyndall. Definitely on the hotter side, climate-wise, but we are all getting through it. As the Longhorns will look to close this one off. Convincing 4-0 scoreline. No threat to it whatsoever. So you can see all the players in orange encouraging themselves on. They know they've put in a shift. And those 3 points will come in very handy indeed. As we'll restart, it looks like with a throw in for Brevard. So with this win, looks like Nona will go from from third to second. Florida Elite Soccer Academy on 9 points, but they've played 5 matches. Inter Gainesville in second, 4 points, having played 2 matches. And for Nona, their third match, see them go up to 5 points and into second place in the Southeast Division. And of course, next for Nona FC, it's an away trip to Gainesville to face Inter Gainesville. So that will be quite the matchup there. And so that is July 1st. And then July 8th, it's another road trip for Nona. June 1st and June 8th. So yeah, June 8th will be Florida Elite Soccer Academy. 2 away games coming up for Nona, with a week in between there to prepare. So yeah, just to make sure you guys got that. June 1st, away at Inter Gainesville. June 8th, away at Florida Elite Soccer Academy, who of course put on a show here at Austin Tyndall last week. Those two. As Brevard looking for something, for any consolation. Nona don't look like they're ready to give it up to them, as we have around 10 minutes to go in the second half. Here's Alan Dre crossing the ball over to Loriot for the switch of play. Thompson has to chase. Does he get it? Trenny is there. Humphrey helps out. Gets the ball back for Nona. Here's Loriot. Mason Lamb has seen every minute so far for Nona this season. Starnes, of course, given a breather in this second half. It's just so calm. Some of the boys who haven't seen much action for Nona on the pitch, Coach Dave Jacobs can afford to do that, as it's a quick turnaround, just 2 days and then right back in action. Brilliant players. Kraus, unfortunately for him, offside. Kraus can't believe it. Brevard playing a pretty high line, catching him offside. I honestly didn't see that one either. Good call from the ref, as Eckhart will get things back underway. O'Mahony going to Hamidou. The 2 substitutions on that far side. Here's Alan Dre. Back to Clarence. And as you can see on the scoreboard, just around 7 minutes to go here at Austin Tyndall. Hamidou on that far side. Back to Dre. Again, that switch of play, it's working nicely. Here's Thompson. Just got caught out. Luckily for him, it went right back to him. Thompson to Loriot to right. Hamidou looking to see what he can create from that far side. O'Mahony showing for it. In the end, looks for Lorenzo. Kraus gets the ball back. Restrepo, I'm going to slide in. That's brilliant play. The touch wasn't the best, but immediately went right back in there to keep possession for Nona. Loriot looking to come forward from his center back position. A versatile player, Clarence, against Florida Elite, came on in a defensive midfield area today. definitely in that center back position, showing that he can fill in on multiple roles. Now then, Lorenzo opens it up for O'Mahony. Hamidou up from the back. The touch came off of the Brevard man last. And Nona will have a first corner in a long time here. Maxwell Walker coming on for Brevard. Got that last touch. So Dre will be over there for the corner. Alan Dre with the ball in. Towards the back post. Goal kick for Brevard as they were kind of backed into a corner there. Angelo Lem for Brevard. There is Nicholas. That pass misplaced once again. Clarence at the back. Richie Thompson. Restrepo in the midfield looking for options up front for Nona. Allen in the midfield. Humphrey then looking for Kraus. Thompson gets back to Humphrey. They were asking for the offside. It looks fine. Kraus with the chance and puts it in for a fifth for Nona. And Kraus's second of the evening. They get the fifth goal they definitely deserved. And with just a few minutes left in this one, Christian Kraus gets himself a brace. Beautiful play on this near side by Thompson and Humphrey, all linking and eventually finding Christian Kraus in the middle, who forces it home. The goal scorer from Furman doing what he does best. 5 goals to the good now for the Longhorns. And if the fourth goal was the icing on the cake, the fifth is the cherry on top. For Brevard, they will be looking to forget this one very quickly and move on because can't dwell on it for too long. Nona have been by far the better side in this one. And for Brevard, since they started their season so late, they will have a congested one. Their next one is also on June 1st. They are away at Brave SC, which are, of course, formerly the Villages and Nona's biggest rivals. So that will be an interesting one as Brevard start with 5 away games and then 5 consecutive home games. Also a little quirky note on their schedule. So yeah, for Brevard, Brave next. Brookhouse away then on the 5th. Brevard looking for some space out wide. Hamidou looking to clear it. O'Mahony will be able to drive it forward. Actually, let it run out of play, so throws it into Restrepo. Had to backtrack on his run a little bit. Humphrey. Driving forward. Loads of space down the line. Decided to track back. Here's Restrepo. Switching it beautifully for O'Mahony. There's surely not a sixth on the cards for Nona, is there? The chance comes in for Hugo Lorenzo. Then it'll be a corner kick for Nona. And there's definitely time for a sixth. Let's see if they'll find it. Allen over to take the corner. He's had a few this evening. 3 minutes of injury time at the end of this one. So we will play until 93 minutes. Allen Dre with the corner. The ball will be driven in. Humphrey with the header at the near post. It might fall to Lorenzo. It looked like it might. Eckhart brought it down, and it'll be a foul. So Murray Hawkins will have himself a goal kick. As the goal kick goes all the way to Daniel Tranny for Brevard. Very quickly hunted down by the men in orange. Brevard will have the throw in. Here's Lem. On the yellow card, of course. Hasn't really come close to a second. Of course, for Florida Elite, they did get a man sent off here at Austin Tyndall in what was a chaotic ending. Back to Shane Wright, who looks set to record a clean sheet on his first appearance of the season. Restrepo in the midfield. Lorio for maybe one final attack for Nona, as that ball from Restrepo goes a little bit past Thompson. No worries tracking it back. Clarence over to Hamidou as the clock winds down here at Austin Tyndall. 5 goals for Nona in what is an emphatic first 3 points of the season. Final whistle imminent to make it official. Here's Humphrey, though. Maybe he gets a second assist of the night. The challenge comes in well. Trinity looks to bring it forward, but that is the full-time whistle at Austin Tyndall. Your Nona FC Longhorns pick up their first 3 points of the season. Goals from Allen Dre, Slade Starnes, Gunnar Studenoft, and Christian Kraus with 2 goals, making up the 5-goal advantage for Nona. They will be back in just 2 days' time away at Inter Gainesville. Final score once again, Nona 5, Brevard 0. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your night.